This is how one guy became a stock market millionaire. I started investing in the stock market in 2016. When I was 19 years old, in 2016, I would buy a stock every week and hold it for 6 months. If the stock didn't go up, I would sell it and buy something else. But if it did go up, I would keep buying more of it. So basically, I was a millionaire on paper. This is why you should invest in the stock market. But then 2020 happened and the stock market crashed. I didn't have enough money to buy a Tesla at that point, but I kept buying stocks every week like I normally did, and by 2021, my portfolio was worth $5 million. That same year, I started a financial education channel, and now we're talking. We all know that investing in the stock market can make you a lot of money, but most people don't know how much money you can actually make from investing. So today I will show you 5 stories of people who became millionaires through the stock market. And without further ado, let's get into it. Our first story is about a man called Hezekiah Brown. Hezekiah was an African-American man who worked as a sharecropper, and during the 1930s, sharecroppers didn't earn very much money at all. So when he was offered $100 to pick up some shares in a company called Acme, he thought that this could change his life. At the time, these shares were trading for around $20 per share. So he borrowed $30 from a friend and used every cent he had to buy 15 shares. For the next few years, he paid off his debt and saved up some more money so that he could buy more shares. He continued doing this until 1968, when he owned 4,000 shares of Acme. That year, Acme merged with another company, and these new shares were worth $50 each. So, Hezekiah sold his shares and made a profit of $1 million. Now this money allowed him to retire comfortably and live out the rest of his days without a single money worry. Next, we have a woman called Helen Weiler. Helen was a seamstress who lived in New York City, and throughout her life she had always been interested in the stock market. So when she turned 65, she decided to invest $20,000 into the stock market. Now this was quite a risky move, because back then the stock market was at a very high, but Helen was confident that the market would continue to go up. And just a year after she invested, her $20,000 grew to $40,000. She continued investing, and by the year 2000, her investments were worth over $1 million. So Helen was able to retire and travel around the world. Next, we have a man called Robert Cook. Robert was a bricklayer who lived in New Jersey, and throughout his life he had always been interested in the stock market. So when he turned 50, he decided to invest $5,000 into the stock market. Now this was quite a risky move, because back then the stock market was at a very high, but Robert was confident that the market would continue to go up. So he continued investing, and by the year 2000, his investments were worth over $1.5 million. Next, we have a couple called Harold and Ann Gray. The Grays were a couple in their early 70s who lived in Florida, and throughout their lives they had always been interested in the stock market. So when they retired, they decided to invest $100,000 into the stock market. Now, this was quite a risky move, because back then the stock market was at a very high, but the Grays were confident that the market would continue to go up. So they continued investing, and by the year 2000, their investments were worth over $3 million. With this money, they were able to retire comfortably and live out the rest of their days without a single money worry. Finally, we have a man called Jim Rogers. Jim Rogers is a very famous investor who has made millions of dollars from the stock market. But what many people don't know is that he started off as a very poor man. In fact, when he was first starting out, he was so poor that he couldn't even afford to buy a single share. But he was determined to make something of himself. So he read everything he could get his hands on about the stock market. And in 1961, he finally had enough money saved up to buy 500 shares of a company called International Dehydrated Foods. This turned out to be a great investment because over the next few years, the share price skyrocketed and Jim made a fortune. So there you have it, 5 inspiring stories of people who became millionaires through the stock market. If you want to become a millionaire yourself, then start investing as soon as possible. Even if you can only afford to invest a small amount each month, it will all add up over time. Just take a look at Robert Cook. He only invested $5,000 and turned it into $1.5 million. So if Robert can do it, so can you. So start investing today, and who knows where your journey will take you. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.